What's up, guys? How's it going? We got a new remix out today. If you haven't heard already, if you haven't seen my amazing reel, it's this one. Go and check it out. It just played. Alrighty, how's everybody doing? And just get the chat up on my screen properly.
Alright.
What is that new gadget? What new gadget? Resolution is fire.
Alright.
Tape deck. I don't think I have a tape deck. Right. Let's get started. We got some donations ready. First up is LP. And let's just get it into the DAW. Okay. Yeah, really enjoyed that. That was really well done. I think very nice atmosphere. Mix sounds pretty solid. The only note I really had was I think I would just stick to using that one line, the I don't want to love you line, because I think the other ones kind of feel a bit random in there. I would just repeat that one, throughout the whole track and just like just get creative with it and like change the processing and do all weird stuff with it. I think I much preferred the track before all the other lines came in too. But otherwise, yeah, really nice work. Enjoyed it. Well done. And congrats to Ricardo. That's amazing. Landed a collab on Anjuna Deep with George Hewick. I don't know how you say it. But yeah, he's a really, really good artist. That's huge. Well done, man. Yeah, tell us the story. How did it happen? Let's get started on the next track. So long. Which is Emotion. Okay, yeah, it's got a cool vibe and like a nice groove to it. I think two notes I had in my head was the kick drum feels kind of a bit knocky on the mid range. So I think you could either find a different kick or kind of scoop out some of the mids, and it should be more subby and less like, it sounds like quite a wooden knocking kind of kick. The other one was that it feels a bit like dry and empty in places, like where was it? Pretty much like most places, I feel like it's just like lacking something there. It just feels a bit empty. I don't know what you could fill it up with. Maybe like some nice textures and background stuff. But yeah, I like the overall like vibe of it. It's quite like dark and moody. Loses a bit of steam though. I think like I started losing a bit of interest towards the end of the track, just because I felt like nothing kind of new was happening. Like this section, it's only like really growing percussion wise. Doesn't feel like there's like a new idea that's developed or anything. So I would just try and maybe add something new or develop the existing idea more. All right. Shri is up next. Okay, this is yeah, it's really good. I like the whole song structure and all the components of it are really nice. I think the only thing I'm finding is that everything is mixed like so aggressively. Like every sound feels like it's got OTT on it, with like everything's got so much high end and it's all coming right at me and all in my face, and it's just too much, especially for this style. I think if you want to create some like sort of 3D contrast there and have more sounds in the back and more, and then some in the front, and kind of create a bit of depth like that, especially with this like more like Future Garage style where it's generally a lot darker and like just warmer feeling. Like this, I just felt like there's just too much going on. Like I would reference my favorite Future Garage artist is Direct. I don't know if you know him, but his stuff is so good and so nicely mixed. The guy who made Mini Meters. What's a good song to reference? I think I really like Too Far Away. There's a song by him that's really good. Probably a bit more garagey than this is. This felt more like almost like organic house, but with a Future Garage beat. But yeah, I still think you should reference like a mix like this. I'm just looking for this song now. Hang on. This one. See how everything's like a lot darker? Like the percussion still got like a nice crunchy high end, but it's not so like everything is OTT'd on yours, it feels like. And like it's bringing out all this heavy mid-range reverb and stuff. So just clean it all up and it'll just really open up the mix, I think. Okay, but yeah, otherwise really good. All right. Next up is Dumpoon. Where's Dumpoon? Dumpoonani. Sorry. Okay, yeah, some nice elements in this one. I think, yeah, the biggest thing I'm noticing here is like it needs to be rebalanced. The hi-hats are so loud that they are like sucking all the energy out of the kick. So I think you can turn down this like fast 16th hat loop. Pretty much all the hi-hats can probably come down quite a lot in volume. And just from like a dynamics perspective, this build-up is like so full and big that when you drop into the kick, the drop feels smaller than the build-up. So yeah, I think you need to work on that. I think it's also like a composition thing. I wouldn't drop into that ARP. I think that ARP is actually kind of weak compared to everything that comes in before it. Like even dropping into just some nice warm like bassy section with like a filtered down version of this. Dun 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 might be nicer. I just think that ARP over here feels like too almost like happy and basic. Whereas this is like nice and emotional, this section. So yeah, I think it needs to be like, the whole idea needs to be revisited through here. Yeah, I think maybe dropping into like something similar to over here would be good for over here. Yeah, I think I would drop more into that idea. Just conscious of the plugs being too repetitive. Yeah, I mean, you could even just go into a section without any ARPs or plugs in it and just make it a bit more like ambient, maybe with just the vocal or something. But yeah, there's some really good ideas in here. The vocal's nice and that other lead is nice. Dun 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 dun, that melody. So I would like lean on those mostly. All right. Next up is Lucas Silva. Is there a message there? Oh yes, eyes.
number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Okay. Yeah, that felt a bit random here, how this like suddenly got this all hyped up hat loop that came in the outro, like after it cools down, then it like ramps up in energy again and then loses that. I mean, that's not a big deal. Let's focus more on the meat of the song. I think the main sections feel pretty solid to me. The ideas aren't like giving me the chills, but like the mix feels good, and I mean the ideas are okay. But I think the biggest improvement I would make would be in the breakdown. I would remove the phone sounds in the beginning of the break because it kind of feels random that it's, I don't know, it just didn't feel like it served any purpose having this section where you kind of like dial and then it rings 3 times and then disappears. I was kind of expecting a voicemail to go on or something, I don't know. Which again I'm not a fan of. And then through here, these dials. I know it doesn't make sense to do this, but I feel like you have to do it. And that would be to make sure each one of these beeps is in key with your track, because it just sounded so out, especially because they have like reverb and delay on them. So it kind of feels like they should be musical. So yeah, I would just pitch them to the nearest in-key note. It doesn't have to like make a melody or anything. And yeah, the rest is fine. Yeah, I don't think I had any other notes. But yeah, this definitely is like... It might work if it was like just a dry sound, the dial, but I think it's because it's got like delay that it kind of feels like it's part of the harmony now and it's out of key. Anyway, let's move on. Bamunya. Isn't it Bam? Is Manu on here? There we go. No. There we go. Another name change. Kazoku. Is that the correct track? Oh, side project with your brother. Yeah, as always, really nice, man. Your stuff is always really good. I think I was just imagining chilling in the sun with a bevy, just enjoying it. It's just like, it's kind of like a loop that just, you can just keep on listening to, and it's just so nice. The groove is great. The atmosphere is great. I think the only thing was the kick, which you saw me kind of test in the intro here with this EQ. I got minus 3.6 dB at 116 hertz, and that just makes it a bit less like boxy and boomy. You could probably go up a little bit. Yeah. I think that's it. The rest of it I just was enjoying. Could just keep on listening to it. It's really good. May I ask which multiband compressor is good according to your experience? I like Pro MB, but I hardly ever use multiband compression other than OTT these days. Just haven't really felt like I needed it. All right, cool. Next up is Just Brian. Why is there such a ceiling on it? Cool, yeah, nice ideas there. I think it felt pretty good, nicely mixed, pretty strong track. Anything I felt was like there was too many ideas happening like one after the other. Like this idea is really nice through here. And then where is it? Then you drop into this idea like immediately when that one ends. I think it's just too much. Like it's unnecessary. I think this idea also doesn't feel very strong to me. That little ARP thingy doesn't feel good. This one feels good. So like you could start filtering this one down or something until the end. But otherwise, all good, I'd say. Nice. How do I tip you? The link should be in my description. It says Patreon and donations in the description. But I don't know if I have time for more. Let me see. Yeah, I can go for like another 25 minutes and we got... How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's a stretch. I think I might actually turn off the tips now. Okay. Who was next? 09. Got another quiet boy. Okay, so with this one, I think like the bass and drum groove is quite cool in the main sections, but I'm not a fan of these like little pauses with this random like vocal that I can't really hear what it's saying, and this thing. I don't know, they don't do anything for me. And it kind of feels like the way it's arranged, it almost feels like, like a sample pack kind of demo where it's just short sections with like little ideas showing off one sound here and one sound there. It doesn't feel like a cohesive song. It doesn't feel like properly connected. It also feels really empty. Like this, I would take this idea and fill it out and like turn it into a proper song. At the moment, it just feels way too empty. It's literally just like drums and a bass and then some little sound panning around, which can be enough. There's no rule that says you can't have that little element, but if you do, like, there needs to be something there that's like highlighting the song and grabbing attention and filling it out. Like if your bass line is big enough that it's like really filling out the song, then it's fine. Or your drums are like huge. Like one song that comes to mind is Odd Mob, that left to right song, where it's literally just like the drop is like bass and some vocal and some drums, and that's enough to like fill it out and make a proper huge tune. So like I would reference tracks like this and see how they've like made it feel huge.
Right, left to right, left to right, left to right, right, left to 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 right.
See, this, like, if you think about it, it's literally just a vocal and basically some bass sound that goes bong and then drums. That's all it is. But the way that everything's processed is like filling out the whole track and it feels huge. Like that's the kind of thing you should aim for. This just feels empty. Yeah, I think that's it. Clooney. Let me check out Clooney. Clooney.
Me gusta bailar cerca de ti.
Yeah, it's minimal, but it still feels full. Yeah, it's basically like tech house stuff. Room reverb is missing. Yeah, Alex has a point. Can have like lots of short reverbs, they kind of like help put stuff into space and fill it out. Alex Daboy. Moin moin. Sauerkraut. Sauerkraut. Bratwurst. Okay. Adam Keener. Good stuff. Enjoyable. I don't really have anything constructive to tell you. I'd say sounds pretty finished to me. Well done. Really enjoyable track. Picture's really appropriate too. Kind of like fits the vibe of the track. Well done. All right. We got Sham Shivam. Is it Sham? Or Sham? Whoa, sausage. That's a bratwurst. Okay, I think I got the idea. Yeah, I think the groove is strong, and the drums and the bass and everything is really nice. It did feel a little long though, and I did start getting a bit bored towards the end. I think the melodic ideas are okay, but they aren't like making me want to kind of leave it on loop and just listen to it, because this is like that kind of track, that kind of groover that just keeps on going. But I think for those kind of tracks, you need to have such a strong like melodic idea in them that can just loop over and over again and you never get tired of it, especially not in your first listen. So yeah, I don't really know how to fix that other than to just try and write new ideas for it. But I would leave the rest of the track alone. Like, the groove is good and the bass is nice and everything. It's ready just like that. I don't know if it's a guitar or what the instrument is, but yeah, that idea I think needs to be stronger. And it could also be improved by, maybe playing it on a synth or something that you can automate it more and like develop it more. Okay, last person is White Lotus. Is it this one? I was basically inspired by your PML video and made this track. I produced it in a short time, so let me know your views on it. Thank you, FL Studio. Okay, yeah, so I think the harmony in this is really nice, and I like the vocal. I think the one element I don't like is the little pluck that's going through here, this one. I don't think that's really adding anything to the track, so I would take that out and focus on all the other elements. I think the bass feels a little bit like too sustained and straight, like having a little bit of an envelope on it, so it isn't just completely sustained throughout would be nice. And you could probably have more like low end groove, so it's fine to have that like long sustained bass, but then build like a tom groove or something around it, and you can sidechain that sustained bass to the kick and to the tom groove, so that your low end has like some really nice groove to it, especially if you're aiming for like an organic house sound. Like it really needs to have a good low end groove in it. That do isn't really contributing to the low end groove, in my opinion. It kind of feels almost like it's serving the purpose of more of like a melody. But yeah, I would just drop that idea. Yeah, and then flesh it out. This section feels too empty, like not much is happening. But I'm sure once you like really nail the main sections, you can start working on that. I think the main idea needs to be worked on though. It's mostly just that low end and getting rid of that plucky thing. Yeah, that's all that came to mind with that one. What? 2 more? It's not showing in my donations. Is it? Which 2 have I missed? What are their names? Don't worry, I'll wait. I don't think I missed anybody because White Lotus was the last tip. Okay, doesn't look like you're going to respond. So, yeah, I'm going to call it here, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good weekend. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye. See you next week. Peace.